Yeah. What's really happening? It's your boy OG Gigaveli with another episode of Street Code of Conduct. Today's episode, I'm entitled Big Meech and BMF. Yeah, I know y'all done seen a lot and I heard a lot about Big Meech and BMF. But you ain't never heard it the way that I'm finna give it to y'all, right? I'm not finna give it to you in a glorifying way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give it to you in a way of respect to the Big Meech, his struggle, and where he came from. I know Big Meech, not personally, but I know him in passing because we was in the feds together, right? And to me, I often look at Big Meech's story, you know what I'm saying, just by reading the books, watching the series, and just also coming from the same cloth as Big Meech. If you've been following Big Meech's story from day one, Big Meech come up the same way a lot of us come up, in a household where, less fortunate. He was from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? It was poverty there. Big Meech wanted a way out. He wanted to take care of his old girl, his mom Deuce, you know what I'm saying? Take care of his brother and his siblings. So Big Meech did like a lot of us do. He took to the streets. You know what I'm saying? And he became one of the best at it. Real hustler. You know what I'm saying? A master of the game. So I'm gonna give him his props. To me, Big Meech won. Big Meech won. He got a little time to do, and it's about over with. Can't wait for that soldier to come home. Southwest T already home. Right? But to me, y'all know I'm always on here trying to talk to my young guys, trying to tell them that that ain't the way to go. And I'm pretty sure Big Meech will tell you the same. You know what I'm saying? Big Meech always loved the music industry. If he had his way, you know what I'm saying, he probably would have chose the music industry over the dope game. But he like keeping it real, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, everybody ain't just gonna win being a rapper or being a musician in the music industry, right? So Big Meech, what he did was, he got to his hustle. And like I said, he was the best at it, right? One of the best at it. And he often liked to say, BMF, you'll never see a clique like this again. And he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. Big Meech had a good run. A good run. A good run that put, you know what I'm saying, that put shine on the game, that made a lot of us pay attention. Big Meech threw some of the biggest parties, drove some of the nicest rides, had some of the flyest cribs. Right? But guess what? For every one of y'all that's trying to be the next BMF, for every clique that's out here thinking they gonna do it like Big Meech them did it, a lot of y'all gonna find out your run ain't gonna be as long as Meech. And the end result ain't gonna be nowhere as near Meech. I say Meech won. Meech ended up with a 30-year sentence, right? Meech kept it real. He kept it to the G code. And far as I know, he never told on nobody, right? And he coming home a winner. Right now, little Meech out here picking up the banner from where his father left. They got a series out. Their family is eating. I remember reading in Don Diva, maybe about 8-9 years ago, when Meech first felt, they throwed him a party. You know what I'm saying? Don Diva throwed him a party, and all the proceeds they tried to put on his books in the feds. But guess what? Meech's books was so full, he couldn't much get no more money on his books. You know what I mean? That's the way, if you had to go do some time, that's the way to do it. Do it your way. Big Meech been doing his time his way. And he about ready to come home. And when he come home, he ain't coming home empty-handed. He coming out to a legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's steady growing. So I'm not saying that to encourage any of y'all to take that path. That's Meech's story. That's his path. I'm telling y'all this to tell y'all, man, that listen, a lot of y'all, a whole lot of y'all, is not going to, you know what I'm saying, get near as what Big Meech has accomplished. The best thing for you to do now, and the game has already changed. It's nowhere near when the time that Meech was out here getting his money and the crew that he had. It's nowhere near that. We seeing that with the Thug situation. We seeing that with so many different situations now. They Ricoing left and right. The streets ain't the same. You're not getting them long periods of run, you know what I'm saying, selling major work. And half of y'all that's hustling and trying your hand in the dope game ain't really a dope boy. You just a low-level drug offender, because that's what the feds gonna categorize your ass. Because I often said it before, if you're not supplying your city, or at least half of your city, you're not the dope boy. You up under him. You's a hustler. And the hustler normally get more time, like myself. I had 21 years. You know what I'm saying? I was getting to it, touching the square or two. You know what I mean? Moving a couple pills. You know what I'm saying? Dumping a few bags. Even tried my hand and kick dough and robbing. You know? And I wasn't me. If I had to judge rate myself, I wouldn't give myself an A in the game. You know? Because I had to come back out and start all over again from scratch. You know what I mean? But that ain't much my route no more. I wouldn't, the way that I came home and found the game in the state that I find the game in, I wouldn't participate in it if I thought I could win. The game is rigged, man. It's less of us. When I mean us, it's less real than it is fake out here now. It's less real than it is fake out here now. It's more rats than it is G's. Huh? Why would I sit down at a table, right, and I know the cards are rigged or the dice is loaded? That's a fool to play in a rigged game. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all young cats now, man. You're not going to be the next BMF. You're not going to be the next Big Meech. Meech said it often, and he said it often a lot. There'll be another like us. Talking about BMF. So stop trying. If you got a little money in the game, I can't tell, and I often say it a lot, I can't tell y'all how to get your money. But I'm gonna show you the flip side of the game, man. The flip side of the game is a long prison sentence or that graveyard, man. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot more of y'all going that way than a lot more of y'all ending up in a situation winning like Meech did. And if you want to say 30 years is a win, it is. It is in Meech's case because he got a series out. He got a legacy behind, and he never went broke. Meech never went broke. It's a lot of y'all, man, that's gonna go and do time, and y'all gonna find yourself working in a factory, working on in a chow hall, laundry, inside ground, orderlies in the unit, cause your money gonna run out. Your money gonna run out, and you gonna need some funds. And all the people that you thought that had your back, you gonna find out. The quicker way to learn who's gonna be at your funeral is go to jail. Cause if they don't support you while you're in jail, they definitely ain't gonna support you while you're in your grave. They're not gonna come out there and put no flowers on you. Just like they're not gonna send you no mail. They're not gonna be coming to visit you. It might start off at first, but it dies down. Trust me, I know. From experience. I did 11 years in the state of Florida. I did 16 years in feds. I know how the mail call thing go. I know how the visits go. They might start off consistent, but after a while, man, ain't nobody gonna sit on here and wait no 20, 30 years for you, man. Don't let them fool you like that. Don't let them fool you like that. Love don't last that long, baby. Love is an action word, baby. If you can't give no action, you can't put back in that tank, watch how easily it fall off. And loyalty is a dying thing out here. So I entitled this one, shout out to Big Meech, man. Shout out to BMF, man. Y'all did y'all thing. But to all y'all young cats that thinking y'all gonna make it down that way, hey man, they got a new playbook now. It's called the RICO Act. And they ain't playing with it, man. They bringing the whole crew down. And we already seeing how this gang thing going if you've been watching the Thug trial. Huh? They got a thing in the feds now. They say, why do 10 when you can give it to your friend? Huh? They say keeping the real went out with bell bottoms. That's what they chanting out here now. They ain't even mad at the snitches no more. They saying the snitches are the smart ones and the real G's are the dumb ones. I often tell guys, especially my age, man, 40 something and older, man, you still out here trying to win in the dope game, man, you're gonna be two things, man. You're gonna be a rat or you're gonna be a real ass dumb nigga. It's just where it's gonna boil down to it, man. Cause at our age, man, we should know better. That's why you see me as a real OG, man. And anybody that calling themselves an OG and they not telling you to stay out these streets, and they're not trying to tell you not to go to these people's prisons, and they're not trying to help you stay out that graveyard, they not your OG. Any of these cats that's running around here in the same section with you at my age, still hanging out in these clubs, still hanging out on the block, they're not an OG. They're not an OG. Because a real OG gonna know, man, ain't no love in these streets. A real OG, you gonna see them not trying to be like y'all young cats. Not dressing like you young cats. Not to say throw no shade on. That's y'all dress. That's y'all style. A real OG at my age, you ain't gonna see us in those skinny jeans and all that carrying on. Cause that wasn't our swag. That wasn't our style. You gonna see us rocking a few of these brims, a couple of these Dickie sets. You might see us with some Stacy's on. You might see us with a nice suit on. Huh? Because that's how we supposed to be coming, man. We gotta act our age. All these OGs that you ain't on this, on that, and they in the same section with you, still blowing money in the club, don't own no business, can't hire you on no job, but they want to gang with you. That's not a real OG, man. That's not a real OG. A real OG, he gonna tell you, young blood, hey man, that ain't G right there. All that spinning the block, all that about anybody could get it. That ain't G, OG. That ain't G, young G. That ain't G, young blood. A real OG gonna tell you, man, hey, dope game dead, baby. Stay out these folks' way, man. Get you a job. Create you a plan. Get you a business plan. Execute, man. A real OG gonna tell you this thing ain't checkers, man. This thing chess. For every choice, there's a consequence. Make sure you chose wisely, man. If a real OG ain't talking to you like that, he's not your OG. Cause I know even Meech, even though he won in the game, he still will tell you, man. He still probably will tell you if he could talk to you, man. Hey, yo, that ain't the way to go, yo. Ain't no more left in that right there. That's over with right there. Like I tell y'all before, and he like Big Meech been telling y'all, there'll never be another like BMF. This your boy OG Gigaveli. This been entitled, man. Shout out to Big Meech them, man. Know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm giving you roses while you're here. Can't wait to see you come home. I know you got a lot of things, a lot of guidance to tell these young boys. I know you're going to be part of this OG. Know what I'm saying? I know you're going to be part of this OG clique that's really out here, really trying to keep these young boys from spending much time that me and yourself has done, man. Big Meech, can't wait to see you come home, man. Shout out to BMF, man. Hey, if you want to know more about me, make sure you go on in my bio and check my book out, Pressure. I'm a real OG out of Miami, man. OG Gigaveli. Make sure y'all also, after you read my book, Pressure, check out my second book, Federal Pressure, man. A lot of y'all that ain't listening, you definitely gonna want to get this book right here, man. This the blueprint, man. This how I done my federal time, you know what I'm saying? And you see on the subtitle, still on paperwork, man. And what that mean is, Hey, even out here to this day, man, if you're a rat, OG Gigaveli ain't got no time for you, man. This been real. Y'all, shout out to everybody that's been, you know what I mean, subscribing to the YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody that been reposting my content. Shout out to everybody, man, you know what I'm saying, that been buying the book, man. Appreciate the love. Let's keep this content going, man. This a real OG out of Miami, OG Gigaveli, man. This episode, like I said, man, much love to Big Meech. Shout out to Southwest T and all the real BMFers, man. All the ones that kept it real.